Conventions. Let's talk about conventions, people of YouTube. Yes, hello there. Welcome back for another video from me. But yes, conventions. For those of you that don't know what conventions are, what are you doing watching my channel? I'm only joking. Come back. Sit down. Let me tell you. Conventions are basically usually they're weekend events, usually Friday through to Sunday, where people go and they can meet people from their favourite TV shows, movies, things like that, fandoms, so to speak. I go to a lot of Doctor Who conventions. Most of them are weekend events, so I'll go there on a Friday and leave on a Monday, after suitably drinking myself into a pit. But it's brilliant fun, it's great fun, and I've been to quite a few since I started going to them. I first started going in September 2011. So I've been to quite a few, and they're not all run by the same people. There's quite a few different organisers, and there's quite a few different sort of events. There's your conventions, which are your 3-day events, Friday through to Saturday and Sunday, and then going home on a Monday or going home on Sunday night. We have your signing events, which can be 1 day or 2 days, and those are always during the weekend usually as well. So there's quite a few different sort of events, and there's other ones as well, and there's quite a few different organisers as well. And I have attended events and conventions organised now by 6 different organisations, and I'm going to give you how I rank them. I'm going to go from the bottom to the best, worst to the best. So at its bottom we have got Showmasters. They run events such as London Film and Comic Con, Wales Film and Comic Con, Newcastle Film and Comic Con, the Entertainment Media Show, and basically there's a few things I don't like about them, which is probably more of a separate video, to be honest. But put it simply, I think while their organisation may be good, there are aspects involving the cosplay masquerade, which it's not just this criticism isn't just focused solely on them. That one about the cosplay masquerade. There's a lot of other conventions I know of that I haven't been to yet, which have the same problem with a masquerade that I have with it, and that will be in a whole different video where I talk about. But there's that. There's the fact that they now have all the photos that have been professionally taken throughout the years of all their different events on a website to be bought, and there's no security. Anybody can go and buy a picture. You could go on that website and you could buy a picture from 2011 of me with David Tennant. I don't know why you would, because it's, quite frankly, it's awful. I look terrible in it, he looks fantastic. But you can. There's no security. At least with other event organisers who do online photos for sale and everything, there's some security. You get a password to access that portion of the website. There's security there. There's no security with Showmasters. You want a photo, go and buy one. You can. See an attractive, go flicking through the photos, you see a nice young lady, perhaps not dressed in much, because some cosplays you don't dress in a lot of clothing. You can buy that. Objectify that woman. You can do it. Off you go. Give us a couple of bit of money. Off you go. We don't care. That's Showmasters. That's another reason why I don't like them. And they're just basically, I just have no respect for them whatsoever. So they are down at the bottom. At the bottom here. But let's move on from that. Next up, number 5. We have got memorabilia, which is held at the NEC in Birmingham. Oh, that was a bit of a weird accent there. I don't know why. I don't actually know who run who are behind memorabilia. I don't know who they are. I don't know. And they're good, you know. There's a chance to... They make use of the room, but it's more of a... it's more of a market than any sort of sign-in stuff. You get guests and they do some photos and everything, and we get quite a few nice guests at times. But it's more of a market than a event to meet people. I mostly go there to meet my friends. It's always overcrowded, cramped. There's a lot of walking, and quite frankly, I'd rather just meet my friends and hang out in the bar. So that's what I do. I go there and I meet up my friends. So that's why it's not below or on par with Showmasters, because I get to see my friends there, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So, number 4. Possibly a bit, at times, we have Star Fury. They have been running for, I think, 16 years? I could be wrong, I don't know. They've been running for a while. And Star Fury gets quite a few good guests. I mean, they got Matt Smith for his first ever convention outside of the BBC's official Cardiff convention that they had, not last year, the year before, in 2012. So we've got Matt Smith. They got Matt Smith. They got David Tennant. They got Billie Piper, who had never done a convention before in her life, and now she's done others. They got Donna Noble. Well, yes, Donna Noble, but they got Catherine Tate. And they most recently, because they don't just do Doctor Who stuff, they've only recently started doing Doctor Who and Torchwood. They do a lot of vampire stuff, not Twilight, thank God. They've done some for Glee, and they've done some for Leverage, and they do all sorts of different conventions, which is good. And they've recently, in a few weeks' time, they are doing a convention for Sherlock called Elementary, and he has managed to, Sean, the person behind Star Fury, has managed to procure, he proclaimed it as well, but he's procured, Benedict Cumberbatch. Anyway, guy, Sherlock, also John Harrison Khan from Sherlock, Star Trek Into Darkness, shut up Jimmy, okay. And also Smaug from The Hobbit. So he gets good guests. He is good guests. Sorry. He does get good guests, and his parties are fantastic. He has parties on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, all themed, although you don't have to do the themes. So they're all themed and everything, and the parties are really, really good. Now my problems with him, not with Sean, but with Star Fury, and I suppose by extension Sean as well. Now, please remember, people, all of this video is completely my opinion. You're allowed to have your own one. I know some people who have Star Fury as their top-notch convention organiser. That's what I wanted to say. And that's fine. The world would be a boring place if we all had the same opinions. But yes, what I find wrong with Star Fury, how to put this, he can't take criticism. I've noticed that Star Fury and Sean, they automatically go on the offensive on the offensive defence if you criticise it a little bit, or if you ask him about guests and stuff, and he'll get very defensive and say, oh, I can't, unless, yes, but, I mean, I'll give you an example. Elementary. I'm sure it will be a fantastic convention, and everybody who is going to meet Benedict, who will get to meet Benedict, oh, fuck it. Anyway, who'll get to meet Benedict, fantastic for you all. The convention has been plagued by problems from its inception, I think, in my opinion. It went a long time without any sort of guest announcements. It's been moved once already, and the guests that have been announced, other than the main one, Benedict, Benedict, that's the word I'm trying to say, aren't that good. And a friend of mine asked on Twitter a couple of months ago, is this still going ahead? No sign of any real guest announcements or anything. Is this still going ahead? And instead of... Because all she was asking was, is it still happening? Is this still going ahead? Star Fury went on the defensive and said, "Oh, we can't announce anybody before the contracts are signed." That's fine. No need to get so defensive. This person, my friend, just wanted to know whether the event was still happening, because there was evidence that it was going to crash and burn. It's obviously not, but there was evidence for this, and he can't. His communication with people as well isn't the best, because Benedict was announced the 13th of January, I think it was. And then somebody then announced who is supposedly the foremost authority on all things Benedict. I always take that with a pinch of salt. That no, he wasn't attending. So he had to basically sort all this stuff out. And it was only a couple of days ago that it all got sorted out, and he said that yes, he is official. It's 100% confirmed. Benedict is attending on the Sunday, I think it is. But the communication between those two dates was atrocious. He would give an update saying, "Still waiting for this update," or "Still waiting for this fax," and stuff like that, at haphazard intervals. At one point somebody asked whether there'd be news that evening, and he said yes, and then he went quiet. He said nothing. Not a word. Not a word. Out. Nil poida. So that's basically why they're fourth. Their communication isn't the best. Oh, and there's something else as well. You can't. They're very stringent about what they get signed. You can get official stuff signed, or their own photographs, which they say are official, but it's basically just a screen grab with their logo printed on. That's all it is. I could do that. I could get a screen grab and put their logo on and get that signed. That's it. They're a bit stringent, but they've in all fairness, they have relaxed the rules to do with that a bit, which is good. But yes, that's why they're fourth. Now then, third. I'm trying to remember who was third now. Yes, third is 10th Planet. 10th Planet events do a lot of different events. They were the ones who were behind Big Finish Day, in conjunction with Big Finish for company. Their main one is really Dimensions, and that's up in Newcastle, up that way in Newcastle, and it was my second proper weekend convention. My first one was Regenerations, more on that in a minute. My second one was EMS, Entertainment Media Show by Showmasters, back when I still liked them and thought they were good. But my third one was Dimensions, and I had a fantastic time. In fact, that Dimensions was when I started my collection of Doctor Who dolls. There will be a video on that because they're fantastic and I love them. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. They get good guests, and if you go for a gold ticket, you get what you pay for. They messed up a bit last year with their 50th, because I think their Dimensions then, because they oversold and it was the wrong venue and it was all set out wrong. And Derek, the person behind it, messed up a bit in that regard. But I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I say there's always time for second chances. So yes, so they do Dimensions. They do... Oh, what else do they do? What else do they do? They do a lot of different signing events as well down in London and everything. So they do good. It's very good. You know, you get good value for your money and everything. Let me see, we do dimensions. That's right. They do these things called Project Motormouth. There's been 2 so far. They were organised to help cheer up Janet Fielding, who plays Nissa, because she got diagnosed with cancer. So that they were organised, and the first one was magnificent. First one was fantastic. It included 5 doctors, yes. There was Colin Baker, although he wasn't in the photo because he was up somewhere doing a filming thing for a theatre. Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann and David Tennant. So people who went there got a photo with those doctors minus Colin, which is still a bit of a shame, but it was still fantastic. And that was great value for me. That was £100 and that was fantastic. I really do like 10th Planet events, and like I say, they, apart from their last Dimensions last year, they've done a pretty good track record, so I'm willing to give them a benefit of the doubt and give them another shot this year with Dimensions. Number two, yes, number two. Number 2 is Phantom Films. They do events. They do a lot of events. They did a lot of events last year down in Chiswick, which is good. Which was good. That was they did one event for each set of the doctors. Classic though. They are very, very much classic orientated, whereas a company like Star Fury is very much New Who related, which is fine. There's 2 separate things. There's no competition there, I don't think. I mean, how can you have competition? Anyway, that's something else completely different that we don't need to talk about. But yes, they're very classic Who related, and they're fantastic. They do quite a few different events and signings and everything. The one I have been to is called Utopia, and it's up in Oxfordshire. It used to be in this lovely, lovely stately home. That's now a hotel. Very out of the way, a little bit expensive, but the convention more than makes up for it. And because if you want all the photos, apart from special guests or photos with 2 people in, £5. £5 for a photo, or a tenner for 2 people or special guests. I'm sorry, but that's fantastic. That's brilliant. You know, £5. £5 for a photo. It's fantastic, considering some of the guests as well. I mean, they got Lala Ward last year. Lala Ward, Romana number 2, who hasn't done events for a while. She's only started doing them again. Started doing them for a couple of years for various reasons, but last year was her first year doing them again, and she did Utopia, and it was fantastic. It's brilliant. There's not really much I find wrong with Phantom Films. They do other ones as well. They do one called Valiant, and they do one called, what's the other one called? Pandorica, that's the one. Pandorica is down in Bristol this year, I believe, and Valiant I think is Sheffield. Yeah, Valiant's Sheffield. But I love that. I love Phantom Films. Phantom Films are only beaten by one convention, one organiser. That convention is Regenerations, run by Kerry Woodward. And it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's no longer running now. The last one was last year, because the gentleman behind it has funded it out of his own pocket. He can't afford to do it anymore, which is a shame, because I only started, my first ever convention was Regenerations back in September 2011. It's down in Swansea, so the last 2 years I've stopped off for a day or 2 in Cardiff and gone to a Doctor Who experience and had a walk around Cardiff and all that stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. There's no words to describe it. I am gutted that there isn't one happening this year, because I adore it so much. He gets fantastic guests. The guests are always happy to go there because they're really good friends with him now. You know, there's a fantastic feel to the whole weekend. It's only the Saturday and the Sunday, but a lot of people stay for the Sunday night and they arrive on the Friday. It's just a massive, lovely feel to the whole event, and it's great to just get away from all the problems that plague the cosplay community, because none of it happens at Regenerations, none of it happens at Utopia either, and none of it happens at Dimensions either. That's why they are my top 3. That's why 10th Planet, Phantom Films and Regenerations are my top 3, because you don't get any of the shit that you get at other events, all the bitchiness and everything. And Regenerations is just, it's just fantastic. I love it. There needs to be more, and I know there's not going to be for a while. He managed to get fantastic guests. The photos are not as cheap as Phantom Films, but they are good. They are very good. They're still reasonably priced. Got some lovely dealers as well who go there. The staff at the hotel are fantastic. It's the Village Hotel that used to be used. Fantastic staff. Just all round brilliance of the people that go there and attend there, and I'm going to miss it this year. I don't know what I'm going to do in September. I'm going to miss it. But yes, that's all the links. I'll put links to my top 4, so Star Fury, 10th Planet, Phantom Films, and the Regenerations websites, because you might want to, because you can look at all the photos of the past ones, will be in the link down below. So go and have a look and all that stuff. But yes, so that's me having a bit of a talk about the convention organisers and how I rank them in the world. Do come back for my next video. I'm not sure what it's going to be about or when it's going to be. Hopefully it'll be still positive. I'm trying to be a bit more positive about some of my videos now, because I know I went through a phase where I did quite a few negative videos, I feel. Well, not that last video, but vlog 27, let's dig a hole, and that was a bit of a negative one, so I'm trying to avoid those for a bit. But yes, see you later.